Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and in today's episode we are back with some NeoFly, continuing our career. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today, like I said, we are continuing on with our NeoFly career. It has been a very long time since I've flown a NeoFly. For those of you who don't know, NeoFly is a fantastic application that is used to give a career mode into the simulator. Now, I'm not going to go into full depth on everything that NeoFly offers because, quite frankly, that would be a video all in itself, but I can tell you that it has a little bit of everything for every type of simmer, whether or not you want to do as I'm doing, which is progress very, very slowly, really, truly earn your way up to the better aircraft, and eventually, hopefully, we'll reach that commercial point. Honestly, my target is helicopters. Anyway, as I was saying, it has customization options for everything, whether it be difficulty level to the duration, like I was just talking about, that it takes to progress in the simulation. And what the really true advantage to this is you choose a home airport, and then from there the options are endless. You could find yourself flying all over the country. It takes you to places that you would never think to fly. The benefits are really quite fantastic when it comes to the simulation experience, because it gives you purpose of flight, and then you actually have to really think about where your legs want to take you and how far you want to get up in the world here. So it's a really, really neat application. Now, there are some payware features that you can add on, but they are not required to really enjoy NeoFly and what it has to offer. It's a really, really neat experience, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. So let's go ahead and get started. And today we're just going to sort of take a look at what our missions are. Let's sort by distance here. Oops, what did I do there? There we go. Let's bring that back down here. And make sure we are sorted for our aircraft. I was kind of thinking of everything's right about, looks like 50 miles about the top here. Oh, we're on bush missions here. Let's do a small trip. What do we got for small trip? 260 miles. Now we're jumping up a bit. All right, so let's sort that distance again. And let's see here. Let's go about 100-mile range. So this is a drop zone. These are usually illicit. And that's the other thing. You have the option of doing some illicit deliveries versus, something else. Let's see here. So what does this entail? Let's see if I can expand that out a bit. Land less than 2 nautical miles from our drop zone. Okay, all right. Let's see here. What's the distance on that? 106 miles. Let's do it. I don't think I've tried one of these drop zone ones yet, so we're gonna give it a shot. Now, they're not all illicit. I don't know if this is. No, just on the LZ to bring to the medic. Okay, so this one is not an illicit mission. Okay, cool. All right. Well, then, yeah, let's do it. It looks like the reward's pretty substantial. What kind of aircraft is required? Let's make sure that's matched. I didn't think about that. Rank availability. There's a way to search matching plane. Let's do that. Let's see here. That search matches rank. Okay, no, we want search matches rank, and we have search matching plane, and our plane should be the Cessna 172. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, let me make sure that I haven't changed anything. Like I said, it's been a long time. I think we're required to be in the 172 today. Yep, 172 G1000. Okay, we're good. We're absolutely fantastic here. So let's go back to our, was it flying? This is where I always mess up. Okay, so from here, oops, nope, we're going to select this one, and we're going to do fly. That sets it, and now we're going to do the connect and fly, and the mission has begun. Okay, so I had a little bit of hiccup there. You guys weren't able to hear the audio, so hopefully I've resolved that. So give me a second here. We're going to try to start this one again. So we've set our weight. That's the other thing here. So you got to pay attention here. Oh, we have to go back and reselect the mission. Darn it. Let's hope it's still available. Let's see here. Small trip. There we go. Is that one right there? Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit fly again. There we go. I'll make this a little bit bigger for you guys. And now we're going to do connect and fly.
Mayday! 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 An aircraft has made an unscheduled landing. Bring the doctor to the crash site.
Unscheduled landing. And so you can hear them boarding the plane.
Good morning, pilot. Bring me to the crash site.
All right, let's do this. So,
Transporter, rush to the crash site.
biggest thing that you also have to make sure, I'll show you guys real quick here, is you always want to make sure that your weight is there. So you have payload that's required, which is, let me come back over here. Here's the payload that's required, and here's what you're missing. So we're actually over 3 pounds. And once you're over, you're fine. You're good there. It doesn't have to be exact. You just have to at least hit the payload that's required. Okay? All right. Let's get our bird going. Now we're going to have to see what our fuel, and that's the other thing, is it automatically sets your fuel. So it looks like we're setting about 50%, which is kind of amazing. I'm kind of impressed by that. But let's get her out of here. Let's get this dock moving. So I'm going to get the head tracker started, and we're going to get going here. All right, nice and easy here. Boop, there we go. All right, so let's see here. Oop, wrong way. There we go. And then battery on, alternator on. Let's go ahead and turn that beacon light on, turn the nav light on. We are in an emergency situation here, right? We got mixture set to full rich, throttle is cracked, fuel is on, parking brake is set, engine gauges are available, so we don't have to worry about turning the avionics on just yet. And let's see here, am I missing anything? I think we're good for engine start. Give it a nice clear prop. All right, our aircraft is alive. Looking good. Let's steady her up right about 1,000 RPMs. Give or take, doesn't have to be perfect. And let's turn those avionics on. Let's get that taxi light going. Again, we're in an emergency situation here. Let's see, let's get that all set up and ready to roll here. And we need to set our transponder. We are already set to VFR, but we're going to go ahead and go straight to altitude mode. We're in a very tiny airport, so we can just get up and rolling here. Winds are 306 at 1, so we are going to be taking off from that direction. Okay, let's get out of here, guys. Got people who need our help. It's kind of cool to say that, right? You know, they need us. We are the only ones who can solve their problems today. All right, let's release that parking brake. Boop. Now, one of the questions I get asked a lot is if mods are supported, and I think it's sort of a hit and miss situation on that. This plane is always such a slug to get moving, and I wish Asoba would address that, because it's really terrible. I mean, look at this. We're at almost max power. And heck, in any other aircraft, that would be takeoff power right there. Alright, so we're going to have to back taxi to take off into the wind here. And that's the other thing. So you also want to be careful, you know, depending on your realism settings. With NeoFly, you need to make sure that you are flying responsibly. If you scare your passengers, if you fly in a way that is, you know, uncomfortable for them, if your landings are too hard, if you dive too soon or too fast, etc., all those things are going to impact your final score and therefore your experience and take-home money. Let's set our barometric pressure, make sure that's set. We should have done that before we took or got rolling, but that's what happens when you don't use a checklist. And you just, ready for this one? Wing it. Boom. Psh, I'll be here all week. go ahead and set flaps 1 for takeoff. Alright, and we're going to do a pretty heavy power turnaround, but it's the only way this thing's going to do it. Like, that's max power to get this thing to turn like this. It's like, come on, DeSobo. 172 is one of the most commonly flown private, or, you know what I mean. Yeah, like, look at this. Look at this. What's our RPMs? 2,000 RPMs, and the thing's barely moving. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so we got that set. Let's tap that heading bug in line with the runway. And we are at max power. Come on, baby. There's 50 knots. Looking for 55. There's 55 on the scale. Gentle pickup.
Fly safe and watch the pylons.
And let's start turning towards our course. And again, fly gentle. All those things add up here. Start trimming the aircraft. Flaps up. Trying to trim her for a nose up attitude here for a minute. Alright, we're airborne. You know what else I didn't do? I didn't turn on the landing light. I didn't turn on the landing light, and I didn't turn on the pitot heater. Damn. Again, that's what happens when you don't fly without, or when you fly without a checklist. Nice early morning sunrise, though, coming from the east there. Always beautiful in Arizona. Those RPMs back a little bit. Come left just a bit. These mountains are going to start to give us a little bit of a bumpy ride, but we're flying direct, so given the urgency, I think we'll be okay. Shouldn't be too bad. The thing about Arizona is the thermals. As in a nice early morning flight like this, you'll find a nice, usually nice, crisp, beautiful weather to fly in. Be like just floating on glass in some of these situations. And then as the day gets warmer, you know, within a matter of hours, I mean, I'm talking 2 or 3 hours later, you know, you say you fly somewhere, you go have breakfast or something like that. By the time you're on the return trip, it could be like flying over a trampoline. And especially when we start getting close to these mountains. This is actually looking really nice, though. It's really pretty today. Oh no, we're deviating. Watch that heading, son. Watch that heading. And there are objects packages, voice packages, different event packages that you can buy. And when I say buy, I'm talking $5 here, $10 there. I think you could probably buy everything that NeoFly has available on their website for less than $40. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's right around there for everything they offer. It's a really neat application. I really enjoy it. Isn't that beautiful? That's so gorgeous. There she is. Alright, let's start pulling that mixture back a little bit. Watching those RPMs. Looking for the peak. At least that's how I mix it. I know you're probably usually should go on cylinder temperature, but I find the easiest way for a newbie like myself to get close. So what I do is I wait for the RPMs to peak and then pull it back just a hair. It's right about there. That's usually how I mix for altitude. Let's start trimming her nose down. We're going to pull those RPMs back again to about 2300 is what I'm looking for. I'm going to go ahead and set the AP. Lock in our altitude. Let's see, where's our altitude bug? Give that a click. Altitude hold is engaged. Let's go ahead and tap that heading bug for a minute. And we'll go heading hold. And let's bring it left just a hair here. To about, let's go 285. 280 now. Oh, overcompensated. That's what she said. Let's go outside, take a peek. Isn't that a beautiful shot? This is gorgeous. Alright, and I'm going to come right a little bit more. And see, it's for missions like this that I want to get the helicopter. I think that's going to be a lot more fun. Alright, we've got quite a flight ahead of us. I think I'm going to speed things up a bit, guys, and I'll catch you as we get closer. I wanted to show you guys something real quick. I goofed, and pay attention to this marker right here. This is going to be a loss in points. So I stepped away to get a drink, and I was in a slight climb, and I started to stall the aircraft. So obviously that scared the passenger. She didn't like that. Right over the top. Yeah, baby. That's a nice turbulent ride. Anyways, wanted to show you guys that. So that's going to be a penalty for me when we land, and I'll show you guys that. But I wanted you guys to see that. This is what happens when you fly at 8 times speed. Alright, so we are getting close. So I'm going to take the plane back over here. This doesn't get you autopilot. Pull some power back, and we're going to start a descent down. Now, the goal is we just have to land within 2 miles of the target. Let's reset that barometric pressure. And I'm zoomed in very close, following our map here. Our target should be coming into view here in just a minute. Just sort of getting more aligned with our flight plan.
Transporter from dispatch. You are less than 3 miles from the drop zone. Find a place to land.
You heard the lady. Alright, landing light back on. I'm going to try to get it a bit closer. Just going to keep continuing down for a minute. Alright, it's in sight, so starting to pull some power off. Going flaps 1. Make sure back to full for landing. And we just literally flew over the exact location on the map. So it's right about here. So we're just going to circle as we descend. What's our wind looking like today? Let's see here. Wind currently 307 at 14. I think we use that dirt road right there. I think that's going to be the best option here. Oh my gosh, is there something there? I didn't even know that was there. Look at that. I think that's where we need to be right there. That is awesome. Oh, it's a downed helicopter. I guess I heard a pilot crash. That is so cool. It actually puts the objects in. How neat is that, dude? This is the first time I've actually seen something like that. Alright, well, let's, now that we're done showboating around, landing flaps. We're going to land with a tailwind. It's like your sense of urgency dramatically increases when you realize, oh crap, there's really something happening down there. Let's hope that this doesn't ruin our plane. Alright, soft field landing procedures. We're going to hold that nose up as long as we can.
Transporter from dispatch.
Holding it.
You did it. Nice.
Holding
Secure
it.
the aircraft with the parking brake.
Holding it. We don't want that nose wheel getting stuck in the dirt. Alright, looks like the nose wheel's down. Cool. Alright, and then you just set the parking brake?
On the way to the crash site. Very good job, pilot. You can go to the airport of your choice.
Alright, and so from here we would fly over to an airport and call it a day here. So let's take a look and see what's around. I don't even know where we are here and at this point. Okay, so there's an airport right here. So these orange dots are an airport. Nice. Okay. So let's set that as our target. Airport. I think we can actually... Maybe not. I thought we could set it as a target. Oh, send pilot to this marker. Oh, I see. So we could either fly to it or we could just do that. You know what? I think we're just going to fly to it. Actually, it's really not that bad. Yeah, let's get back off the ground. Let's just do it. Alright, so we're going to turn it back around. Oh, I had the parking brake set. Duh. And we're looking for... Oh, of course, now winds are at 185. Are you serious? So we're just... Actually, so we did do wind landing. Alright, that's close enough. Time to trim the trees. Flaps 2 on this one, short field.
Fly safe and watch the pylons.
Alright, I'll catch you guys as we get closer to the next stop. Alright, we are approaching our final stop. Alpha 09er is the ICAO here. Flaps 1 rolling in. Barometric pressure verified. Wind direction just changed on us, so we're turning around. Mixture still back at full rich. Landing lights are on. Strobe lights are on this time. Weird. Let's get that trim up. And this is another perfect example. Like, this is my first time just randomly picking an airport to land at because it was nearby. And it helps you fly to places you wouldn't fly to. Like, I didn't even know this runway was here. It's actually a nice looking little airport. Oops. Position's looking pretty good. Just waiting for that airport to be on our 45. And not quite there, but close enough. Watching that descent rate. Pretty good rollout. Bit of a crosswind. Full flaps. Reduce that descent rate.
Great work out there today. Another life has been saved thanks to you.
And we just got promoted. Not sure what that means yet. Get those flaps up. We'll check out the after mission report here. Landing light off, taxi light on, strobe light off. I think we're just going to put it here because we can. Parking brake is set. Go mag off. Magnetos off. Lights off. Beacon light off. Strobe light off. Pitot heat off. Avionics off. Battery off. And standby off. All right. Let's check out the after action report here. All right. So let's see what we got here. So we are now a second officer. You can now undertake sensitive cargo missions. Interesting. We'll have to take a look at that. Fuel consumption, we'd use 88 pounds of fuel. All right, so we got a bonus landing XP percentage increase of 10%. Bonus comfort, 5%. Let's see here. Mission success. There's our airborne speed from takeoff. And there we go. Yep. Handled bonus loss because we got a stall warning. That was the one I warned you guys about. But other than that, cool stuff. Made a lot of money on that one. That was a little over 20 grand that we made. That was a good jump. But anyway, that is NeoFly, guys. And I think we're going to do a few more of these throughout the week. So stay tuned if you guys enjoyed this. We might look into possibly buying a new aircraft. We'll see. I don't like taking out loans. I don't like doing it in real life. I don't like doing it in a simulator. So we'll see what happens. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed.